draw near. And then verse 23, there it is again. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering. It's almost like on the one hand he's saying, come on, come. And then the second verse he's saying, come on, speak. Come on, hold fast to the commitment of what you said. You've committed to God, man, hold on to that thing. There are times when it can get so rough, when the enemy can come after you and assault you, or whatever, things can happen, it can be so bad that you can feel like, I don't even want to say anything. Is it like that with anybody else? I know it gets like that with preachers sometimes. God calls you to a place, and I tell you what, man, wherever God calls you to, it's not just, paradise. Wherever God calls you as a preacher, there is something there waiting to oppose you. Wherever God calls you as a Christian, there's something there waiting to, whatever promise God gives you as a believer, there's something there waiting to take it away from you. The enemy has not gone away. He's just simply been defeated. But like I said last week, it's the fact that he has been defeated that makes him so dangerous. Christians sometimes tell me, don't talk about the devil. He's defeated. Well, we're not going to talk too much about the devil, just enough so that you know who he is and so that you understand the contrast between him and God. Adam and Eve didn't understand the contrast. They didn't understand what was going on. And people in the book of the church in Galatia, they didn't understand the contrast of what Paul's gospel was based on Jesus' gospel and then what the errant teaching was that was coming in through Gnostic teachers and traveling Jewish teachers of legalism. Didn't understand the difference, and so they didn't know. So you need to know the devil well enough to know what he's all about. Hello? It's okay, somebody is called to oppose you, so you need to understand when you're being opposed. Hey, that's the devil. Then you go back by faith and say, but wait a minute, what happened to him? Jesus defeated him. Jesus defeated him on the cross. He could not be stopped from going to the cross. The devil couldn't talk him out of his ministry, all right, after he got baptized in the River Jordan. He couldn't be talked out of his ministry. He couldn't be talked away from going to the cross. And so he was victorious on that cross. He completed his mission, and the result of that was that he was raised from the dead and seated at the right hand of God like we talked about before. And in between the death and the resurrection of Jesus, the Bible says he went into the lower parts of the earth and he took all those who had gone to paradise, who had been faithful to God, serving God, loved God, their heart belonged to God, but died before Jesus came. They were kept in a special place, a compartment called Abraham's bosom. It was like paradise. It was like heaven, right, in the, quote, lower parts of the earth. Jesus went down and got them. And part of his victory parade was he took them down the highway of Zion. There's a highway, according to the Bible, that goes between heaven and earth. And I believe that that's where the saints go. That's where we go, man. When we die, we go down that highway, and we go to see God. That's awesome. Jesus made that way. He blazed that trail. He took all those guys with him. He led captivity captive, right? And he went and he presented them before the Father. He had the blood. He put it on the mercy seat. They were welcomed into heaven. You see what I mean? Awesome. So you go back and you say, no, wait a minute, that's what happened to the devil. He was defeated. He couldn't stop that, and he can't stop. If he couldn't stop what Jesus was doing then, he can't stop what Jesus is doing now. He can't stop what Jesus is doing in you, and he cannot stop what Jesus is doing in me. I know he's out to, but I know that he can't. It's not enough just to know about the devil. That's right. You got to know that he is out to get you, but that he can't get you. You can get yourself, right? You can turn yourself over to him, but it's by a choice. It's by a matter of our own will. But if you stay in faith, then you will stay locked to God's will. Romans chapter 12, 1 and 2 tells you that.